Good fight from the club there at the end to put 2 on there in the 4th, and then obviously, or in the 11th, obviously, with the intentional walk, load the bases. What about the grit out of this club through those late innings?
Really good. I mean, it took a diving play to win the game for USC at the very end. Very good college baseball game all the way around. 2 really good teams, dominant pitching, and a lot of grit on this team.
You just kind of circled the guys there towards the end of the game in the dugout. What was kind of the message, and headed into extras?
They want it really bad, and there's a level of when you say go for it, there's a level of go for it that's going for it too much, versus kind of letting the game come to you a little bit. And you saw that probably on both sides. You saw some really over-aggressive swings on their side and on our side with some really quick innings late in the game. And so the message was to have some poise and settle down and just understand how a guy's working you and actually just give yourself a chance to function. Right?
Why go with Bradley for the bottom of the 11th?
Because he's our best guy. That's what you do. You put your best guy in and you leave him in when you're in a game like that you have to win.
Maloney, just the biggest games of the season today, and they just get bigger after this. What can the leader Maloney do to just, from your viewpoint, just get going and figure it out?
Well, I mean, he's going to have to get back on his own side. Obviously, he had a rough night tonight with a bat, and so tomorrow's a new day. It's the beauty of baseball.
Pretty palpable emotion from the team. How frustrated are those guys with this result, and what do you want to see out of them tomorrow?
Well, I don't know how frustrating. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, you want to win every game you play. The last 2 games that we've played, we haven't had good results, and we've had unbelievable efforts. I mean, I'm very proud of the team that I've coached now for the last several games, and all year, to be honest with you. But I mean, geez, these last 2 games have been really tough. Very good baseball teams that we're playing, and we're a very good baseball team, and we came up on the short end of it tonight. So,
what was the thought process for Cal getting the start?
Because he's been our best, literally other than Tanner Bradley, he's been our best guy. And at this time of year, ever since he got sick, we've tried to build up his pitch count, and now we're building it back up to where he can be effective for starting. And this week you saw how effective he was, really good, and then hopefully he can continue to build up his pitch count for the weeks to come, which is really important, as you know.
Those are really big innings out of your starters, Toby and Tanner, as well tonight. Kind of, what do you make of the pitching performance to keep that game within
Awesome.
reach?
Awesome on both sides. The pitching on both sides was really good.
How do you approach that from the USC side, approaching a starter who's prevented runs so well this whole season?
Well, obviously he kind of, I mean, they're lefty to start the game. He was in dial-a-pitch, right? I mean, the guy was really, really good tonight. And the opportunities that we had just to be able to put a ball in play, he knuckled down and he was able to get some punch outs in the inning that we had second and third, nobody out, and we came out with no runs. That was a big deal. That's what guys like that do. When they're really, really good, guys like that can buckle down, and you really got to have an old at-bat. I thought we had 3 really young at-bats during that inning. That was disappointing to me at this point in the season. And it's not easy, when you're facing a guy with that type of stuff. That's a major league breaking ball. There's a reason why he's striking out 2 college hitters out an inning, and that's what he's done this year. It's been pretty remarkable.
Jax gets the start, plays the field a bit, no at bat. Kind of what led into that? He tweaked something, or
No, we're using all the pieces that we possibly can to get a win.
Junior steps up and just takes a hack at the first pitch. What does that say about his approach there in that spot?
Well, the pitcher had been pounding strikes on the middle and away part of the plate, and so, we told him flat out, we're not taking here. We want something up out of the plate. We want you to drive it that way, and he executed the plan perfectly, so credit to Junior.
How do you flush this one and reset for tomorrow? Still got a chance to?
You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. You just do it. You get on the tape, try to learn something that maybe you didn't see in the game, or you can emphasize to somebody, help guys get back on their own side and not be overly disappointed. And, tomorrow we get another chance to be able to play, and that's probably the beauty of baseball. We don't sit around for a week. I don't know how Landing does it, where he's got to sit around for a week and, after he loses a game, ponder about all the things for a full week. That would suck, and I'm just happy that we get a chance to get on the field tomorrow.
You mentioned sitting around for the week. You also had a short week this week. How did that affect the preparation for this series?
I don't know. No real effect. I mean, we had great practice days, and guys were ready to play today.
One of the biggest crowds of the season today. The bleachers are filled up in left field, and there's a lot of people in the Star as well. Just could you talk about just the energy and the crowd tonight?
Well, I think people in Eugene, I've said it forever, you know, people in Eugene are sports fans. They're Oregon Duck fans, right? These people want a good product, and they know that we're a good product. You know, when we finish a 50, you know, almost 56 game regular season schedule, right? And you're at the 50 plus game point of your season, I think the fans are smart enough to go, wow, these guys are really good. I want to go support them, and I want to watch good baseball. They saw a lot of good baseball tonight. You know, I mean, good baseball against that type of pitching staff probably isn't. It's going to be a pitcher's tool, and that's what they saw tonight. You know, I think the fans in Eugene appreciate really good sports, and when the sports teams are really good, they're going to show out. You know, and that's what you saw tonight. We had an awesome crowd. Disappointing not to be able to pull that off, and yet the last at bat by Jack Brooks was really impressive, right? To be able to, you know, smash that thing in the left center field gap, stay on the ball. And that guy to be able to make a diving play to basically win the game for SC, that was pretty remarkable.